Hey, so did you guys see what's going on in Portland? Not good. What's concerning is that Antifa or people are putting the message out that the Proud Boys are targeting people who are of color, of a special gender or whatever. And from what I know about the Proud Boys and my experience with learning about them is that they're not the hateful group that they're being portrayed as. They're saying that they're just proud of who they are and what they're like just of being men. And it's kind of like the Elks Club, but like a newer generation where they I guess they like to play into the chauvinist thing or whatever, but really I think they're more feminist actually, because they want women to be home with the family raising kids, and they care about the women and like the children, which I think is a really big priority, and I think that is something that's kind of a valid argument. Like, I feel like a lot of our society has fallen apart because women and men go to work and they take care of the kids and, part time, but someone else is raising their kids, and they're being around other people and they're not getting like that really the strong moral, family values or any of that other stuff that kids need. I mean, I think my biggest lessons that I learned were from my grandmother, who raised me and all of my cousins and everything while our parents worked. She like raised everyone's kids. It was amazing. She was the best. But I learned so many good lessons from her. She's the one that taught me like um, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. And she showed me how to take someone out at a very young age. She was raking, and she's like, well, if they do this to you, just do this. And next thing I know, I'm on the ground because my grandmother, you know, showed me how to take someone out if they, try to come at me or whatever. And she a lot of the things that I learned that were very crucial for me, like treat others the way you want to be treated. And you can catch more bees with honey than you can with vinegar, like all of these things I learned from her and being around my cousins and my aunts and uncles and, you know, family. And I feel like that's the biggest problem is that we don't have someone who, your family loves you more than anyone else. They're going to teach you things with compassion and love and care. And, they're not going to like handle you with kid gloves because, you're not their kid and they don't want to get sued or anything like that. They're going to actually like give you meaningful life lessons, So I wish that we could go back to a time when both parents didn't have to work to survive, and the moms were able to raise kids and take care of their family and just focus on that and doing that well, and just community, you know what I mean? Like even just like having sisters and uncles and other people, like a good support team to help you with things if you need it. And anyway, I feel like we're really lacking that, and that's something that they're kind of like pro, letting men be men and women, be women, and appreciating us for that. Like a lot of actually Proud Boys, they're like a lot of them don't believe in porn and all those other things because they think that it takes away from like the couple enjoying each other, and that like if you're busy watching those kind of things, then it's better to be having one partner that you're that's taking care of those needs, because if there's that one person that's doing that for you, then you know you're more willing to try to work things out with them if you depend on them for that. And if you guys are a team, then that's what you guys rely on each other for. So anyway, everything that I know about Proud Boys, it's a mixed race thing. It's not just white people, and people, they don't really care as much as like we're trying to make them whatever about like race, gender, sexual orientation, and whatever. But anyway, like, and they're not trying to be violent. Like they're just trying to say what they want to say, and like they're kind of say their piece. And rather than letting them be heard, these people are coming and saying that they're that they're the fascists and they're trying to shut them out and they're being violent and aggressive. And Antifa's like, oh no, we just want to hurt people, and we're not here to have a conversation. We're not here for this. We're here to like whoop some behind or whatever. And it's just like, who's doing what? Like it's concerning because I feel like the press and the media and everyone is telling people that it's the Proud Boys and that they're this and they're that, and they're lying. It's not true, when it's really Antifa that's causing the problems, and they're the ones, and they're being aggressive. They were attacking people with hammers, and like it's not just little nothing. They're actually like really being physically aggressive to these people, and it's, I want to, like, I feel like I should be there and be like, hey, can we talk? Can we just talk for 5 minutes? Like, let's dispel some rumors here. Like, this is what this is. And like, I feel like they need like a mediator or something, because either the people who are putting out that stuff don't understand what they're fighting against, which I think if you're going to have an enemy, you should know your enemy, you know, like you should know who and what you're fighting against and why you're fighting against them, not like ideologies or whatever, but like at least hear them out first, you know? So anyway, I mean, sheesh, it's crazy. I hope that they end up getting called out for the organization that they are. They are a terrorist organization. I'm saying that because that's what I'm seeing. You know, I'm seeing the violence and aggression coming from the left, not the right. Like there's a guy who is in Plano, which is funny because not too far from where I was raised. I actually had one of my mom's boyfriends. My mom was a single mom. And another reason why I don't really recommend that, I think if you can be part of a family and like raise a family, that's more important, because, you know, when you have a single parent and they're young and they're dating and stuff, they don't always pick the, you know, best people. Anyway, so, you have to be careful who you bring your kids around. I know I am, you know, but anyway, so yeah, this guy from Plano, he's running for something and he's like, I don't have time for these MAGA idiots, da da da, and I'm gonna say F you because I don't even care. And he had this like meme up about this woman, like there's a guy standing outside with the MAGA hat on, and it says F you on the window, and she's like, huh, yeah, you're not coming in here. And it's just like, wait, my post, I love to like, you know, Twitter's it's my bag, baby. Sorry, my nose is running too, if you don't mind. But and yes, I'm filming in my restroom because the lighting's probably better, the angle's not so bad, and it's just easier for me to hold the camera. But I'm not using the restroom, I'm just like filming in here, so hope you guys don't mind. But anyway, so yeah, the guy, like, you know, I said, it's funny that, you know, you're judging someone. I thought we were past the days when we judged people based on the color of their, you know, hat and not the content of their character, you know, like, I thought we moved past the bigoted days when, you know, people were bigoted in their prejudice and whatever, but obviously, like, you know, you've got a lot more growing to do. Anyway, I said it much snarkier. My Twitter handle's at SongbirdWannabe if you guys are curious and you want to see what I have to say. But yeah, like Antifa, oh my gosh, they are friggin' nuts. And I think they should be on the terrorist organization because they're terrorists. If you're coming and people are protesting for whatever reason, you know, like, there's not a problem if you're not inciting violence. If you're not attacking people, people should be allowed to have different ideas. We should be able to have different ideas and talk about our ideas and not like attack each other because we think differently, you know? And it's not the Proud Boys that are going out causing the violence. Yeah, they might be going there saying something, but they're not attacking people. They're not starting it. It's the other group that's starting it. And you have to think, like, if you can't hear what people have to say and you don't want to hear what they have to say, that's one thing. Like, don't go. But like to show up and, you know, be ready for a brawl, like and they're starting it. Like they're bringing hammers. I saw some crazy, scary videos that I did retweet. So if you guys are interested, check it out. I mean, it's not like, I just feel that, you know, the media is turning everyone against anything that's pro-Trump, anything that's like pro-America, pro-men, pro-anything, you know, and they don't want you to like anything that isn't their narrative. It's like, yeah, we're so inclusive, you know, but by being inclusive, you exclude quite a bit of people. And, you know, as far as like the whole racism thing goes, like, if you can, sorry, my nose is just running. If you can like a certain people based on, you know, if you want to identify with a certain group because it's your skin color, it's this and that, and then, you know, that's for everyone. You know what I mean? Like, don't get mad. Like, if, you know, it's okay to be brown, it's okay to be black, but it's not okay to be white. Like, it's hypocritical. And this is coming from someone who's mixed race. So like, I've never been a part of one group or whatever, you know, I don't have an allegiance to anything or anyone. And I was always, I don't know, I grew up in like in a community where, you know, I just never was any part of any one group or whatever. And no one ever like really, you know, they were nice or whatever, but like no one ever really claimed me as one of their own. And it's not like it's that big of a deal because I think having that independence is a great thing. So I appreciate the fact that I always was treated as an individual and not of a group, because it really allowed me to see things from different perspectives, and that's why I wish that we could go back to where we were. Like I grew up in the 80s. Like, what? We weren't, race wasn't as big of a deal. It really wasn't. And, people could say, oh, it's because you weren't black or whatever. But most of my friends were. And I grew up in a predominantly black neighborhood. And, I saw the white kids and I saw the other people or whatever. And it's not like, when you're poor, everybody has it hard, So we all united in the fact that we were poor. It was more about a class thing than it was a race thing. So anyway, I miss, like, I feel like whatever happened, the media, white people, white people, white people. And as a matter of fact, the Antifa thing, that's white on white violence or whatever. They're white people, Portland people, crazy Antifa people, fighting with the crazy Proud Boy people or whatever. And no, there were different races and genders for the Proud Boys as well. But it's just like, I guess white people are causing a lot of problems if they're, fighting each other. I mean, what? When did we stop talking? And the reason why I say this is because I have a friend on Facebook and he's like, F you guys, F Trump and F you if you support him. And it's just like, wow, like, you're one of my friends and you're saying this, not even like bothering to find out why your friends would think this or try to understand. Like, you just hate him and his message. And if anyone supports him, you want them to, F them too. And it's just like, people support him for different reasons. And why wouldn't you want to find out the reasons of what, people are making an issue about and then saying, you don't belong, you're not allowed if you think this, I mean, it's just sad because, like, I want to, I don't say as much stuff on Facebook as I do on Twitter. I'm very vocal on Twitter, and in life, if I see I do have some reservations and I kind of like have held back in the past, but I do say more stuff now, when I get the chance, and I'm more vocal about my feelings now. But on Facebook, for the most part, like, I'll let most things be, but I will stand up for some stuff, so anyway, we got to remember, like, we're the United States of America. We're united, and you don't hate people because they think different from you. We have to, like, I don't know, I've never had Republican people who didn't want anything to do with me because I wasn't them, or whatever. And I was always registered as independent. I registered in 2016 as a Democrat so I could vote for Bernie in the primaries. And then when he got cheated, I went with the Green Party and was like, screw the Democrats. I'm never, I'm not interested in them anymore, whatever. And then when Trump won, I was like, yes, thank you. This is amazing. I'm so happy. Like, I've been so happy that Hillary didn't win for so long because she thought she was, entitled and it was her role. But anyway, I mean, we're the United States of America. We have so much more in common with each other than with what the media is telling us that we don't. Like, we didn't have a problem with each other, and there wasn't ever like violence because people had different perspectives before. Of course there was some whatever, but it wasn't as prevalent as it is now. And like, now people are intolerant if you don't agree with them, and mostly it is coming from the left. I came to the right because of the left, not because of the right. Like, the right was kind. They were always nice. And every time I get attacked, people always assume I'm ignorant. They assume I'm racist. They call me whatever, or they don't believe me if that's the case. Like, they're not interested in actually finding out. They just want to put me in a category, put me in a box, a basket of deplorables, and call it a day and say, oh, she's one of those or whatever, disregarding the fact that, yes, I did get a liberal arts degree. I got a liberal arts degree, and then when I went to the main university, a Bachelor of University Studies, and my, core concentration areas were honors. It was humanities and, it's honors, humanities. I think it was also like the whatever psychology and whatever that stuff is, psychology, history, the humanities, social sciences, that's the other one. And I think it was history too. But, and I was in the honors department. I had so many classes, and I used to get, certificates from being like, saying, hey, wow, you guys, you're really, one of the talented ones. Thanks for being so, such a great, student or whatever in the honors department. And, for being so, I was woke, and now I'm like, shoot. I want nothing to do with that party, you know, and the more I see them being hateful, I see the hate coming from the left. The left is the one that I constantly see being hateful. And, you know, they say, oh, it's Trump, it's Trump, it's Trump, his rhetoric isn't really that bad. He's not really saying that much stuff. Yeah, he'll stand up for himself, but like, he's not that bad. So I'm so for the Democrats. I'm concerned about what's going on with Antifa. And if you hate people because they're of a different political affiliation, then you might need to reevaluate what your issue is and why. And instead of being hostile, try being concerned and understanding and, you know, curious about it. Like, why would all these people that I used to think were normal, how all of a sudden I don't like them because of whatever, like what made them think that, you know? I feel like that people are just being programmed to hate, and we shouldn't let, you know, the media and the people that we've always had issues with, we shouldn't let the elites tell us how to feel and how to think and what to think. Like, I miss the days of what I used to think was a biased, you know, a fair and balanced news. I thought that's what it was, but now I'm like, if it's this bad now, it had to have been this bad before, and I just wasn't aware of it, you know? But I'm done, like, having, you know, people tell me how I'm supposed to be and what I am, and if I accept this, then I'm that. Like, screw you. You can call me whatever, but I'm gonna still do what I want to do. And you saying that I'm something and assuming it just shows how out of touch and arrogant you are for your presumptions, instead of, like, you know, actually doing some work to find out. Like, get the boots on the ground, fool. Like, get in there. Go find out what's going on. Go to a Trump rally. I have a Trump rally thing posted up on my as my pinned tweet, and showing, like, exposing it. The video is from Liberty Hangout, and it's like a documentary. It's called Trump Love Trump's Hate, and I highly recommend it. If you think things are a certain way, watch it and find out for yourself. Anyway, hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for listening to me rant again. I appreciate it. Hope you're all doing well, and I will talk to you later. Bye.